Do it.
3, 2, and good.
We're smiling. We're live. Yes, we're live. We're live here at the LA School of Comedy where dreams come true. At least they come true for me, but I'm on Halcyon. Now, I don't know if you guys even know what Halcyon is, but I'm going to bed lately with some people go to bed with the news, some people go to bed with forensic files. Lately, Alfred Hitchcock's been my thing. Does anybody remember Alfred Hitchcock with their grandparents? Listen, I must have missed all of them. I'm looking at this one guy saying he is so hot, and it's Burt Reynolds. Everybody was in Alfred Hitchcock. Do you know how far ahead of his time he was? This S&M stuff, these women, I mean, he was mean too. So in case you don't know what I'm talking about, because another lesson you guys should learn. Oh, by the way, guys, if you have TikTok, you gotta use it. If you have TikTok, you can do TikTok Live. How does this work, Jason, TikTok Live, if they're gonna join us? If you're gonna collaborate with us, because we're really on target. But join us at the LA School of Comedy on TikTok. We are now we are content creators, and content happens right here. It does. Listen, we've seen the strangest things happen in this room, and you've been here.
I have.
Nowhere else have you ever seen it, and it's the quickest mic you'll ever be at. Why? Because I want to go home. And I'm never home. I can't get home. And I think because I don't know where I'm going in LA still. I still don't go anywhere in LA. And when you guys play with this, I'm having such a rough time tonight. If you want, I'll tell you what. I think it's done. This time. It's really broken.
We need a new stand.
This is the new stand. So. No, there's nothing you can do. It's broken. See what I mean? Because we're live, and nobody can give you content like this. I mean, come on. We're live, and it's broken.
It's broken.
It's definitely broken, and so I'm sorry about that. So tonight, for the first time, I'm going to have to ask that when we finish, we will take the microphone, and we're going to have to put it here. All right? And just as I said the other day, Jason, if it can happen, it will happen. Plan B, always necessary. So the plan B is me right now playing, well, actually, this is competition for me anyway in LA. It's making me look fat. You know what I mean? Black anorexic. Look, I found a picture of me and Senator Schumer that people say I look like Kamala Harris, and I posted it as a joke. And I put Chucky Schumer and Kamala Harris Kroonquist. I got so much hate mail. I was like, wow, this is just a joke, I'm not that person. It was just a joke. That was with his first set of hair plugs. Come on in. It's okay. Oh, he's new. You didn't meet. Introduce yourselves. Something's always happening here. In case people tell you you're funny, you probably are, but you'll never know until you take it from the page to the stage. And that's what we do here. So where'd you learn how to whisper, in a helicopter? All right, bump. It's very important that we keep it really low. And again, we're just trying out people here one at a time. Is anybody hot, or is it me flashing? How uncomfortable can this possibly be, right? Right? But I just make believe, good. I'm glad you're saying it's hot. I have to look at men and ask, is it hot? I just look at every man and say, is it hot? Is there somebody behind us? Look, I forgot. Somebody was sitting there last time, and all of a sudden, I just see these teeth, and I say, when am I going to go on? And I was like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. It was so long ago. And it's so good to see you here. You know what time it is? Time to get a watch. I'm kidding. Which means, I can think of a joke about that for you. It would have to be something to do with an expensive watch. And this is finally done, by the way. Because when I teach, I always tell people you have to put this back, and it's broken. Just as everything else is. I remember how I tell everybody not to do this? Then they laugh at me, and they do it. Now they have it. Now they have what they want. You gentlemen have what you want. A broken stand, and someone's going to come in and try to fix it anyway. But if I asked them to do it as a favor, they'd never do it. You have to see how men, when you ask them things, you find out things about their bodies you didn't know about. Hernias. All I did was ask the guy to bring water in. I spoke at a softball luncheon, a Jewish softball tournament team. Who opens with injuries? Injuries. Doug Schwartz had an ankle broken, and then Edelman had his wrist was fractured. And I'm saying, who wants to follow this? I'm just saying, these are the gigs I do, and I love what I do. I love what I do. And I have to tell you, let's just say hi to our visiting chaperone today, who's helping us out. Johnny B is here. Johnny Brawl is here for the first time experiencing what I do, other than be an incredibly obnoxious neighbor. But that's why I pay for it. And remember, if you download the Thumbs Up app, you really do get paid. And you know what? I'm going to let Aaron type it because I should put it on the air, right?
Yeah.
Really? That would be nice. I know. Far away. Can't do it. No. There's no more mic stand, guys. You got to suffer. Guys, you don't even know what happened to me. I completely fell apart on a plane and had to be revived or whatever with a bag of saline. I mean, they said I was dehydrated. Isn't that crazy? To have an IV in your arm in the plane? Like, why can't they do that with morphine? It's just a thought. That's because you guys don't know what abortions are. Kidding! That was an AB joke. All right, like they would ever give you morphine. They bring in a priest. They bring in a nun. You're like, but I'm Jewish. Here's what we do here. We give thanks to our producer here tonight, Jason Ham, who is making this show happen. If you need any editing done, I'm not the person. If you need that special moment done with your footage, I'm not the person. Jason is the person. So that's why I say you should go right to Jason Ham Productions. And again, the quickest mic in town, but I know what he's going to think. He's going to think, I've been gone for a long time, and here she is. But that's all right, because he's all right with me. Let's give it up for Richie White. Come on. Come on. Yeah, it's you.
Thanks.
Sorry about the mic.
No, I mean, listen, I don't use the stand anyway, so that's fine.
I know, but I begged him.
All right, let's make everyone try to laugh today, the 4 people in this room.
And what did I do? Nothing?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. Yeah, the helicopter joke was really good. She's still laughing. No. So, all right, I'll just wait.
Oh, stop it.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so anyway. So I used to get hit on a lot as a server. And I'm not bragging, by the way. This isn't like me trying to say I'm a stud or anything. It was always people that I didn't want to hit on me. It was exclusively old women. 75 and up. If you had an AARP card, you were most likely trying to grab my ass. And I couldn't figure out why that was happening. I don't know. Maybe I just reminded them of their husband that died in a war or something. I don't know. But it happened all the time. And I learned very quickly that old women do not give a fuck. And they will aggressively sexually harass you. And when you go, what'd you say? They go, oh, you didn't hear me? Let me say it louder. Let me give you an example. I worked at the steakhouse at the time, and a group of old women walked in. They sat in my section, and I went up to them like, how are we doing tonight, ladies? What can I get you started with? And this one old woman sitting down to the left was like, well, aren't you a cutie? Now, I know you're saying, that's not sexually weird at all. That's kind of adorable. I'm like, yeah, that's called disarming someone before what's about to happen. So anyway, I got the drink order. It happened when I brought them their food. So I brought them their food, brought it down. That same old woman was like, why don't you sit down with us and enjoy? And I'm like, I would, but there are no seats left. And she went, that's okay. You can sit on my face. Oh. That is literally someone's grandma. That could be any one of your grandmothers. That's your gam wanting me to ride her face. And I look over at the other old women, and they're sitting there giggling like schoolgirls, and I'm like, oh, y'all are just fucking freaks, okay. Let me give you another example. One time, this old married couple walked in, and I'm like, thank God. Thank the Lord. They're married. There's no way I'm going to be sexually harassed. They look happy. Boy, was I wrong. Because the second they sat down, she immediately started hitting on me. And I'm like, ma'am, can you please stop caressing my thigh? I haven't even gotten the drink orders out yet. And I just thought, this is really insulting because her husband was sitting right there. Sure, did her husband look like he walked out of the grave that day and said, let's go to a steakhouse? I also don't think he could hear very well because she was loudly sexually saying shit to me and he was just eating his French onion soup like, this is good, honey. Meanwhile, she's like, I want to fuck you. And I'm like, maybe he's a cuck. I don't know. But still, it's a bit weird, right? So they get done with the dinner and they get up and the husband, he like walks past. He's like trying to learn how to find the exit. He ends up at the kitchen at some point. I'm like, we got to get you home, old man. So he's just trying to figure out how to solve the mystery of leaving the restaurant. And the old woman, she staggers back, right? So she comes up right to my left and she just leans into my ear and goes, you have the greatest ass I have ever seen in my life. And then she looks back at it and goes, and just trails off. What the fuck? This happened all the time, man. These old ladies, man, they just let their intrusive thoughts win, huh? They really do. I mean, we all have intrusive thoughts. I have some. Not that. One of my most recent intrusive thoughts is I was driving recently, and as I was driving, I saw one of those baby on board stickers on the back of the car, and I've seen them a bunch, but it was just at this moment that all of a sudden, hi, how we doing? So it was at this moment that I saw it. I saw this baby on board sticker, and I just got the sudden urge to not drive safer, but to press my foot on the gas pedal a little bit harder to ram into them. And I know what you're thinking, that's super fucked up. You want to hurt a child in the car? And to that I say, listen, there's something about a baby on board sticker that just screams entitlement to me. Smugness, right? Like that sticker implies that you want me to drive how you want me to drive, and I don't like authority, okay? And by the way, those people with those stickers are the worst fucking drivers, okay? Just because you have a baby on board sticker doesn't mean that you can cut me off in the highway, almost making me hit a guardrail and dying. Just because you have a baby on board sticker doesn't mean you can take up 2 parking spaces in the CVS lot, okay? I don't know if you know this, but the standard is 1. I think there is a special place in hell for those people that have like the cartoon stickers. It shows like the dad, the mom, the dog, the cat, and they're like fucking 11 kids, like the cult that they've started. Because that just tells me 2 things. 1, your husband wouldn't know how to pull out of a fucking driveway. And 2, you're just openly admitting to fueling the overpopulation problem on Earth. So you're just a piece of shit. They'll still have them. It's crazy. And it's like, I don't know. It just feels like entitlement to me. And half the time, those baby on board stickers are all like old and decrepit. So you know that their child's like a teenager or an adult now, and they just purposely still using that shit. It's annoying. All right. On a completely unrelated note, I was taking a shuttle bus back to the airport, and I overheard these 3 people talking behind me, and they were talking about birthdays, and this one guy was like, yeah, my birthday's coming up soon. It's on 9/11. And the bus immediately went quiet. And all of a sudden, those people they were talking to, all they could say was, yikes. And I felt so fucking bad for this guy because they were kind of looking at him like he was the one that crashed the plane into the towers. And it was ridiculous. And like I'm sitting there, I feel so bad for the guy because he was like, I don't know what else to say. It's been my birthday since 1963. I can't change it. And then I realized that is so fucked up. Anyone born on 9/11 has to just automatically compete with an American tragedy. Can you imagine, like, hey, everyone come to John's birthday bash on 9/11. Great, now I'm depressed. And how dare you celebrate your life when thousands of lives were lost on that day? You piece of shit, you scumbag. But at the end of the day, we are the reason why that happened, because you name me one tragedy that is epitomized by the month and the day. Can you name any tragedy by their month and day?
Cinco de Mayo.
No, stop. Yeah, Pearl Harbor. It's called Pearl Harbor, right? We call it 9/11. That is insane. That is the only tragedy we have ever had that is known by its month and day. So anyone born before, during, or after the events of 9/11, they still have to explain themselves for some reason. So a baby born 100 years from now, and they're like, "Oh, your birthday's on 9/11? Where were you, you piece of shit?" That's so stupid. On a related note, did you guys know that Osama bin Laden was 6'6"? That dude was tall as shit, man. Can you imagine instead of a gun, they put a basketball in his hand? You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of, we'd be saying, wow, that Osama, he's the greatest point guard for the Los Angeles Lakers we've ever seen. And instead of saying never forget, we'd be saying, Osama. That's so fucking stupid. How much time do I got?
Yeah, 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Fuck. What else could I talk about right now?
Wedding.
Wedding? Oh, well, no, I got nothing funny yet about weddings. Well, okay, no, I will say something. For some reason, this is something I'm working on. This is going to be a half-baked idea. But for some reason, whenever you tell, like, a guy that you got married, their immediate thought is like, oh, you must hate your life. And I'm like, no, I don't. They're like, oh, she's a bitch, huh? And I'm like, what are you saying, dude? Like, what do you think the second I put on this ring, she turns into a fucking monster? No, that's not how, they're always like that. They're like, oh, the old ball and chain let you out today. I'm like, yeah, I'm a human being. I can do what I want. Like, what are you talking about? She's like, she let you out? I'm like, I'm not a fucking dog. It's every time. You're like, oh, I'm married. They're like, I feel bad for you. I don't know why single men, I don't know if they're just sad and depressed and they just don't want me to be happy, but they for some reason immediately just shit upon my life as if like this was the biggest mistake I could have made. And so that's something that happened recently. That's been happening a lot, but my wedding was fantastic. It was great. Had to deal with family a lot who've never been out of the country. And so that was weird. They were like, why do people speak another language? And I'm like, because you're in another fucking country. I'm not kidding. They were like, they don't speak English here. I'm like, dude, they're trying. At least they're fucking trying. But then, I'm being serious. My family, they've never traveled out of the goddamn country. And their first thing was like, these people at this hotel don't speak English. I'm like, are they attempting to? They're like, yeah, but not well. I'm like, again, it's their fucking second language. All right, is that my time? All right, thank you so much. My name is Richard White. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you. You can find me on Instagram at RichardWhite_official and TikTok at VeryRichComedy. Thank you.
Richard, you got to do that the whole backwards way. Another way where they say they're foreigners here. You're like, Mom, we're the foreigners. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know how Americans are like the foreigners? So welcome. And yes.
Oh, you missed my set.
I heard it. I was on YouTube.
Oh, you did?
Oh, okay.
Congrats on the wedding.
Thank you.
Yes. See, he said congrats, which was nice to hear, as opposed to something crazy. Right. I didn't even tell anybody. I eloped. I'm waiting for them to sit down because they're men and it takes a long time for men to sit down. I don't know why. It's the bustle of the dresses. I don't know. But I just love Alfred Hitchcock. He really had to be a freak. He had to be a freak. I'm just thinking. And so while I'm talking about, I don't even know why I brought this up, but the actors in this, you really have to see them. You have to watch a black and white movie just to slip and forget and slip away. But speaking of acting, I want to introduce the director of the Film Actors Cafe. He's here for you tonight, our very own Aaron McIntyre. Please forgive me with my microphone stand. We will have that soon. Yep.
Got it. All right. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah, I love Alfred Hitchcock. I used to watch it all the time. I'm actually putting it on the TV station now. I found it. You can download it. It's fantastic. You have to watch. It's fabulous. Yeah, and don't worry about those naysayers, the fucking single people. You know what it is? They're fucking jealous. Yes. Right? Because they don't have somebody who's committed to them like you are committed to her. And she loves you. She loves you, not them. They don't fucking need it.
Absolutely.
Can fuck themselves. God, those people. My name is Aaron. It's spelled a little differently. It's not Aaron, which everybody calls me, and it's not Arin, so it's not that. It's more like aerodynamic, right? Aerodynamic, Aeron. So I'm actually thinking about just changing my name and just making it A.E. Ron. So I'd be Aaron. So then they would be, I wouldn't hear the Aaron shit anymore. And I wanted to make a comment the other day. The way you brought your office out, that was so fucking cool. I mean, the laptop and the phone, and you're like dealing with the shit. And I was gonna do a whole little kind of impersonation, and do the hair. I could do the hair. But it would really look like I was just polishing my head, right? Which is kind of ridiculous. I am a huge pussy. Okay, I'm a pussy, and I am okay with that. I have no problem being a pussy because I have only been in 3 fights in my entire life, 3, and I have only been punched 3 times. So. Must not be too much of a pussy because, as far as I'm concerned, I won every one of those fucking fights, right? Because I only got punched once. Now, the fact that only one of the other people got punched, that's we're quibbling now. I mean, that's not important. The first fight I was in, this will show you how much of a pussy I am. Okay, I have no problem with it because I don't like pain. I don't understand people who have such a problem that they got to come at somebody and go, "Hey man, you talking to my girl?" Yes, yeah. No, I'm not talking to your girl, or maybe I am. And if I am, what the fuck is it? Who cares? I'm just talking to her. But the first fight was with a girl. It was when I was 8. And she was just really fucking annoying, I mean, she was fucking annoying. She would come up to me and, and she's like, "Hey, man," all the time. And we're hanging out with her friends. I'm talking to my other friends. She's going, "Hey, man, hey," and I'm like, "Fucking leave me alone," right? But I didn't let that get to me. I did not let that get to me. I'm a very calm person. I always tell people I'm not easy to live with, but I'm easy to live around. If you live around me and you don't fuck with me, I'm okay, right? But she kept bugging me, and I just put up with it, and finally she punched me in the mouth. And so I punched her back, right? It was knee jerk or arm jerk. And the gum flew out of her mouth, and she went, "You knocked my tooth out." And that was the end of that fight. So see, I mean, I got punched once, but that was it. I didn't, get into a scrap because she probably could have kicked my ass. I mean, really, seriously. Not a very good fighter. But a couple of weeks later, I found out she was flirting. When she was annoying me, she's doing all that shit. She was just flirting. And the reason I know that is because a couple weeks later she showed me her pussy. And the other good thing is that I kind of got the domestic abuse thing out of the way before the relationship, which is, get that shit out of the way right away. Talking about the whole thing of people trying to fight for stupid reasons. How many people have been in a fight in here? So, oh God, you guys have you all started? Did you start them? Never. My mother would be really upset. You did? Yeah. You did? The guy was
back in school.
Yeah, it was back in school.
My freshman year in high school.
Yeah. No, that's okay. I like it. I asked you a question. You answered. I appreciate it. Because I don't get that. There has been nothing. And actually, the woman I moved out here with, who Sunda actually knows, which is, we found that out the other day, which is really fucking freaky, because that was fucking 40 years ago. That was a long time ago. But anyway, we moved out together, and she was fucking hot. Okay, she was really. I actually, you know, you wouldn't know it to look at me, but I've had some pretty, you know, my wife, my girlfriend said, man, not bad. As a matter of fact, that's the response I get the most is, she's your girlfriend? I'm like, yeah, what's wrong with that? But anyway, she was really hot, and she would dress really hot, right? I mean, you know, if you got it, you flaunt it, right? I mean, look at me. I'm dressed really fucking snazzy with my fucking dirty jeans, and try to look the best I can. But she would always try to look the best she could, but, you know, she dressed a little, you know, well, hot, you know? It's just a little too hot, you know? And so we would go out, and I would always be like, God damn, I hope nobody fucking, you know, does anything. I'm like walking around like worrying about, you know, because that's what I do. I worry about everybody else and not myself. So we're walking around, and somebody would go, hey, baby, you look fucking fine. And I just go, let's just keep walking. And she'd go, yeah, fuck you. And she'd like come at him. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. He is not going to attack you. He is not going to fight you. He's going to fight me, right? Because that's the way it works. That's the way it works. So, you know, and she'd be like, how come you didn't stand up for me? And I go, well, I didn't fucking ask you to dress like that, for God's sakes. I dressed this way for you. Well, that's your choice. I did not ask you. I think that if you wore a burlap sack, I would be perfectly happy, and I would be less afraid when I went out, because I'm a big pussy. And actually, I'm not a big pussy, okay? I'm actually a pussy. We should change it, because pussy, to me, you know, it means the area of a woman down here. And that's a question I always have. Is the pussy like the pussy here, or is it like the whole area? My feeling is it's the whole area, right? And we don't just think of that one little space. So pussies, to me, are really fucking powerful. Am I right? I mean, the pussies can make me do just about anything, right? I will do just about anything, including saying that I haven't had sex for 14 years. Because I'd rather have a pity fuck than a relationship, if you know what I mean, right? So, anyway, thank you. What was I saying? Oh, pusillanimous. That's where the word comes from, actually. Pussy comes from pusillanimous, so it should be pussy. Then that way, we kind of alleviate the whole confusion, because it's already fucking confusing, the word, right? The word is fucking confusing. Pussy is confusing, because it not only means a yellow-bellied whatever I am, a yellow belly. It also means a little kitty cat, and it also means the female genitalia area, which that's just wrong. That's just wrong. We gotta pare things down. We should call it a cat, not a pussy. I think the pussy should be reserved for the female area, because it's a much nicer word than vagina, and a nicer word than cunt, right? I mean, it's nicer than those words. Pussy. You know, I just think it's beautiful, and we shouldn't attribute it to a fucking thing that lays around and looks at you like you're a burden on them when you walk in the door, even though you're feeding them and taking care of them. So those are just my observations and thoughts about the pussy. Speaking of pussy, I was introduced to porn very early. 6 years old. I was 6 years old. Yeah, I know. Is that sick? I had this twisted guy, and there was a whole thing that I don't want to go into. You know why I don't want to go into it? Because it's not funny. It wasn't funny. But I'm done, and I can't tell you about my porn addiction that I now have. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Aaron McIntyre, AaronMcIntyre.com, and all sorts of places. And, yeah, sign up for the classes. Yeah. It's going to be fun.
And we will have a better mic, which tells me something. They got to be more gentle on this thing. I wonder if it was a female who did it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm kidding in a fit of anger. It says, look what happened. So for those of you who have never been here, I should have so told you when you have the light, when you see the light, you can't miss the light because it's my LED thing. And when you're not here, I have my glasses on. I'm getting rid of my wrinkles. And that's why you can't stare at it. It's true. I have special glasses, I said. But I'm sharing it with you guys. How have you been, Anye? I missed you.
Pretty good. I mean, I'll let you know when I get up.
I know you will. I know you will. Right now, I wanted to hear the comedy of someone that hasn't given me comedy before, and I can't wait to hear it. So let's give it up for Jason Gulliver. Let him hear it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dr. Stan. Watch yourself. I'm sorry. Watch yourself.
Hi there. Hi, I'm Jason. Actually, the first time I performed open mic was just last week, so I really appreciate this place. So thank you. Hey, did you hear about Trader Joe's? How they've had a big recall? Yeah, on these. They were recalling over 600,000 orange tangerine candles. Yeah, apparently the wick on the candle, there's something wrong with it, and it can burn and cause a fire. Wow. That's one way that I know I'm never going to die, is by an orange tangerine candle. I think I'm pretty safe there. I had two grandfathers fight in World War II, and a father served in Vietnam, and they survived. I will not go down with the citrusy scent of an orangey tangerine candle. No, I want to be taken out. I want to be taken out by a real man's candle. You know, one that smells like a vagina. Because I think that what I want is I want the firemen to come to my place after it's been burnt. It's just my place just leveled, right? It's just cinders, and the firemen are like, "What do you think started the fire?" I don't know, but smells like somebody was getting some. Hey, John, come in here. It smells like sex in here. You know? Hey, that's they give me the fireman's salute. You know, it's like leave a legacy. That's what I believe in. Hey, the FDA just approved a new at-home test for gonorrhea. I think that's great. I can't believe it's taken this long.
Right.
You know, it's like $40, and the technology, I don't know, it didn't seem that difficult. You get a little strip of paper, and you pee on it. And if it feels like razor blades are slicing through your urethra, well, then you're positive. You test positive. I'm still working with notes here. A woman in Minnesota. Did you hear about the woman in Minnesota who she's in police custody now because of she used her car. She ran over her boyfriend on the way to couples counseling. Talk about wanting to get your money's worth, huh? I mean, I don't know exactly the reason why, what caused her to run him over. But you know that the actual topic of conversation at the therapist was that he left the toilet seat up. So, let's see. So I have a girlfriend. Yeah, thank you. Well, thank you. You haven't met her, but no. She's from Thailand, and but she was actually as a baby raised in America by American, parents, and so she's a typical. I thought dating an Asian woman would be what I always imagined, but. She doesn't, like for instance, she doesn't have an accent. She doesn't watch Bruce Lee movies. And she wants me to give her massages. So I don't know. It's not really working out. Hey, I hate in job interviews when they ask you, what would you do if you had an extra hour in the day? And because one time I kind of took that literally. I'm thinking, do you mean like I have 25 hours, but the rest of you only have 24? You know, like does like time stop? Because if that's the case, I'm just gonna take things from you. Like that hat, I love it. I'm gonna take that hat. Like imagine like the earth just stopped, right? It just froze and time has stopped. It's a perfect crime for me to steal things from you because the cameras aren't working. It's all frozen, right? I mean, nothing's working, and I would just ruin all your lives. One time though, the interviewer did say, well, no, I meant if you just had an extra hour of the day freed up. And I was like, oh, well, I'd probably just take a nap in my car. So my girlfriend, I mean, she loves me, but we also have 2 dogs that she also loves. And what I always like to ask her, and you guys probably ask the same thing, if you had a choice between the dogs dying or me dying, the dogs would live. You know, the dogs would always live. I would be the one dying. You know, if you could save the dogs or save me, the dogs would be saved. But she won't even. Now I can understand in a real situation, like an earthquake, a flood. Yeah, okay, maybe you'd want to say the dogs over me. But she won't even give me the credit or the love when in a sci-fi fantasy situation. I mean, the other day I was like, if there was a zombie apocalypse and the zombies were going to eat one of us, me or the dogs, who would you? And we had to throw either me or the dogs, the zombies. Who would you? And she's like, I would throw you because you know you're bigger. You would have you're a bigger meal. The zombies would take longer to eat. And I mean, she had this whole thing planned out. Like, and one time I said, okay, well, what if aliens from outer space, they came down on their UFO and they took all of us up and they were going to do an autopsy, you know, dissection on either me or the dogs, one or the other, who would you, and it's up to you, who would you pick? And still she would not give me that. And I'm like, I'm not going to call you out on that. That's never going to actually happen. It's not like that's ever going to be a situation that I'm going to be up there and go, remember that day we were on the couch and we were watching America's Got Talent? And I asked you that very same question, and you told me that you would save me. You know, I'm not going to call you out on that. What else I got here? Oh, did anybody watch the Olympics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I was kind of impressed because there's this one guy, he was a sprinter for the United States, and he ran the race. Did you hear the guy that ran with COVID? He found out he just had COVID, and he still ran the race with COVID. And I was like, hell yeah, USA, right? Yeah. Yes, USA ran it with COVID. Unfortunately, he didn't win because he had to stay 6 feet social distance behind the other runners. So he didn't quite, you know. I guess it's good for saving millions of people, but not a great policy for running a race. Anyway, my name's Jason. I want to thank you all for, listening to me, and I'll talk to you later.
Oh, you gotta twist that last joke around the other way. You have to twist that the other way. It's so funny. He didn't lose. It's just that he needed 6 feet.
Well, I was saying he's staying behind.
I know, exactly. He didn't lose.
Oh.
He was just being, whatever that...
Oh, like he was being...
Exactly. Politically correct, or whatever it's called. What was it called?
He was saving lives. I don't know.
Okay. Social distance. Okay, they're right. I know what you're saying, but right, social distance. That's right. And save... Right. And in his mind, he was saving lives.
Yeah, okay.
That's how he was winning.
It's a good point.
It's a good... You know what I mean? That's funny. Good work. I mean, I know you didn't ask me for it, but I didn't charge you either. Stop laughing. Why you all laugh like that? They're vicious. They're vicious here. They're all vicious here. But you know something? My little microphone stand's gone. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Everybody said I was paranoid. It needs Viagra. Just to go this way. Whew. Nobody needs Viagra. It makes babies. All right, so listen, it does. You have to be very careful. And you do. It will make you make babies. So don't even think about that little blue pill. And then what are you gonna do like 2 hours from like later? You know, they say call a doctor. Most men call a press conference, right? Give me a press conference here. I know. Now they're selling it on television, and they're like, not to be confused with generic Viagra, like. But I'm saying that when they stopped abortion, they should have stopped the blue pill too, right? I'm just kidding. All right, I don't know why I mentioned that. Because abortion should be legal till you bitches are 18. All right, so no, I love my kids. By the way, if you're watching, I do love you, and I can't wait for you guys to come home next week. I just can't wait for you guys to come home next week asking me, is there anything on my bed? What bed? What room? What room? You live in Liverpool. The other one lives in Manhattan. You're the Queen of Hearts. You have a show, and they come back and they think, I don't know, my house, everything's in their room. I gotta tell you, if you think there's a dearth of females in comedy, think again. She snuck in, but we have her here. The one and only Cece. Give it up. Where is she? Finally won. The boys won.
Normally more boys, I feel like.
No, they broke it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Can I try, though?
No, you can't.
I can do that thing that
Really broke it.
makes me think that I can fix it. Okay. I'm here tonight because I need to give my dog space, you know.
Thank you.
Oh, no, you're good. Yeah, I love her, but she's kind of like, leave me alone, you know what I mean? Like, she's like, it's enough already. But we kind of are, like, anxiously attached, too, so it's, like, a weird relationship, and it's, like, we can't be, like, 3 minutes without each other. But I got her this, like, chain collar, and she has this little, like, velour blue tracksuit, you know, so now she walks around, and, like, I'm kind of her bitch now. But, yeah, do you guys ever feel like LA, like, doesn't like you? Yeah, right, sometimes, yeah, it's kind of like LA's like, get out, we don't want you here. I came in, I was like coming back, I was like excited, and then immediately car crash, whoa. Which is why I have this really cool black eye, but it's going away, so I'm kind of like, oh. Yeah, I know, oh. I was like, how do I make this car crash about myself? But yeah, I don't know. And then I also had poison ivy, and I was like, how do you even get poison ivy in LA? Like, what is where? But yeah, I was also a summer camp counselor this summer. That was super fun, super silly. It's kind of like Love Island a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, it was a vibe. I love it because, like, the campers can't see how, like, janky the camp is, you know? They just love it, but they don't realize we're running out of supplies left and right. We don't know what's going on. But yeah, it was great. So me and my sister, we got into a car crash, and it was by, like, Dr. Green Thumbs, which is now, like, the, like, Snoop Dogg store, if anyone's been there. Yeah, like, rebranded. It was the same exact thing. But it was, like, 3 hours that we were trapped in that, like, intersection, because AAA, like, was just not coming, and we were really hungry, so we were like, do you think we could Uber Eats to the crash scene? I think someone would maybe get out and pass it to us there. But yeah, I was really hungry and nothing was open, you know what I mean? But yeah. How are you guys all doing though? What's the vibe like? Sunda, have you ever cut your bangs? Have you ever, like, been going through it and then you cut? Yeah, that's like what mine look like right now. It's not great, you know. I tried straightening them. It's okay.
I like it though.
You like it? Thank
And
you.
you can spike
Okay. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Well, now I feel better. Okay.
I would have felt that hat.
Oh my God. Should I, like, turn it around?
Yes, and you got the
Like that.
you got the frost. I mean, come on.
The frosty tips.
Sorry, highlights.
Question for you. So you're talking about Trader Joe's. You ever return things to Trader Joe's?
I don't think I ever have.
You could, though. That's the thing. You could return a lot of things to Trader. Bro, you can, though, and, like, get money back. Like, money, like, it's crazy. Like, they don't even give you, like, a store credit, really, because if you, like, go there and you have a store credit and then you, like, buy something and you have money left over, they just give that to you in cash. And they'll, like, get annoyed, so I would maybe go to, like, 3 different Trader Joe's and just have, like, 4 things at each one. But you can do it. You can rig the system. are we like allowed to wear sandals in this world, in this economy? Is it like allowed? Because I feel like I see a lot of TikToks that are like, put your toes away. We don't want to see your dogs. You know what I mean? And it's just, they're comfy. They're the only ones I have, but I don't want, now I'm going to get real self-conscious, and I'm going to put them up like this so you guys can't see my toes. But yeah, I'm trying to think about, if you guys have any questions or any just like things that you want me to talk about it, like go for it and just like lay it on me, please. That's okay.
When did you cut your hair?
When did I cut it? Right before I came here, I cut the bangs, which is honestly a step up because normally I would cut like the whole thing, right? And like lose these like inches, but I was bald for a little and I was like, we're not gonna go back there again, you know? Yeah. What was your question?
What's one thing that you're proud of right now?
Wow, okay. I'm proud of the bond I have with my sister right now. She's been helping me out a lot with like moving and dealing with this car stuff, and she's really nice because like it's like we will get like barely anything, and like also just like applying to jobs and stuff, but we'll get like barely anything done. She'll be like, you did really good today. And I'm like, whoa, that's too much though. I'd never hear that really in my normal life. So like, whoa, what's going on? But yeah, I kind of want to work for Scrub Daddy sponges. Do you guys know the sponges? Like, I feel like that would be such a fucking vibe. Like, they're so, do you know them? They're like the little smiley face sponges.
Is that for inside?
What? Inside your kitchen, yes.
The sponges that you use so you can have sex.
Can you explain that?
I've never heard of it.
No.
Oh, you poor kids.
Oh. To Google, yeah. That's so funny. Maybe they'll do a line of those, but no, they're kitchen sponges, and they have little smiley faces, and you put your fingers in the two holes of the smiley face, and then you put the like spoon or the knife or whatever in to clean it. It's like it's very smart. But I've been stalking their like Facebook page for like the Sponge Daddy. I just saw they all went on like a whitewater rafting trip together, and I'm like, you know what? Like maybe I don't need comedy. Maybe I just need to work with sponges. You know, do something like that. Or like Duolingo, because I really like just what they got going on with the bird. I think it's funny. I really like when companies don't give a fuck, and that's like their whole like TikTok and social media advertising pages. It's funny. Yeah. Anything else? Y'all got? Ooh. Has anyone seen that Blake Lively movie? This Ends With Us.
My wife has.
What did she think about it?
She loved it. She actually said it was.
Really? No, go.
Damn,
No, go, please go.
And she saw the movie, and
she liked
it. She liked the movie. She said it was actually pretty good. She said the casting was very good, and but the only thing she didn't like was that they kind of the domestic abuse in the movie was more. It was like less intense than it was in the book, so she didn't really like that. Abuse. Well, no, because like the book is about domestic abuse, so the movie kind of
Reflects it.
didn't reflect it in the way they should have.
Got you. Yeah.
That's all she said.
No, I haven't seen it, so I actually can't say.
You did.
I've only been on social media like looking at it, and it's like getting a whole lot of reviews. So that
drama behind it.
Yeah, that's what I was. Okay. Yeah. There's a whole lot of drama. What's going on with that? Anyone gonna see Blink? Is it Blink Twice? I think it's Blink Twice, and it's kind of this movie that's like low key about Jeffrey Epstein's Island by Zoe Kravitz. Very excited for that one, and I don't really get excited for movies, but I'm very excited for that one. I like your shoes. They look real comfy. They look real nice. Like you just sit in them. Yeah, let's go. Toe gang.
I had foot surgery. I have to make
Put those dogs away.
Nobody wants them here.
it. My dogs are on Getty Images. Go ahead. 20 years ago.
Feet.
Or some shit.
Feets for feets. Yeah, anyone else got more questions? And I'll end my time. I gotta make more sets, but that's okay.
Dating apps.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. That's what you want. Yeah, I like went back on Hinge because I was like bored, and again, I'm just like I need to apply for jobs, but I'm like, oh, what else can I do to fill my time? And so I've been doing that, and it's just really funny. I like texting the guys and saying like, you look like you'd manipulate me. You look like an emotional gaslighter. And they don't like that. They don't find that funny, but like I think it's super funny because I want to see like what they say back to it. But now it's just on girls mainly. A lot of you were talking about porn, and I think they should. I think they should have like. I'm not gonna say family-friendly porn. That's not what I'm trying to say. like, and not really asexual. Well, okay, not like not for asexual people, but like asexual porn that's more just like someone being like really nice and like caring. You know what I mean? And it gets kind of like as far as it goes. I feel like friendly porn. You know what I mean? Like that would. I feel like there's like a section of people who would be down for that. You know? Yeah. Okay, that's my time. Unless anyone else wants to ask more questions, and I think I'm good.
Where can we find you?
Oh, at Trezza, TREZZAHHHH, 5 H's and 5 H's, and then Trezza on Spotify. Thank you.
Yeah. Believe it? Thank you for coming out. So what do we do for the next mic, right? How do I keep you guys from breaking them? Bring your own? What do you think? It's not sticky, it's broken. I don't either.
Me neither.
It's done. It's done. And we only got one. And we say it's okay because we love the comedy of Anye. Yeah. Let's do it.
Finally, come on.
Finally.
I was like, I don't know how I did.
Here comes the low energy.
Imagine I just like cartwheeled up here, just like fuck that up.
He changes. Like, hey.
Nah, it's never gonna be me. Weed or not, it's just my vibe, and I'm sober. It's just my vibe. That's what I realized recently. I was like, damn, it might not be the weed. It's just me. It's just me. I don't know. I have some pretty fun news to share. I know I haven't been here in a minute. I'm actually having a kid soon, y'all. That's crazy, right? Yeah, I know, insane, right? It shocked me because I don't know who I'm having a kid with yet, but they said they're giving out $6,000 for the kids, so I gotta have one. Gotta get to the chicken. Money motivated, bro. Okay. And I know kids cost money, but like I feel like if I do a lot of the work, like making the kid, like we could talk percentages, like split that, like 60-40. You feel me? Like me and the baby could really work that out. Like if he's part of me, he gonna be a negotiator, but I could work with it. You feel me? Like I understand. I know y'all was talking about dating apps, man. Dating apps is cool. I recently was on Hinge, just like I went through all my old matches, and I just was like, anyone that I still was remotely interested in, I just texted him, I miss us. Just like fuck whatever the conversation was. I just hit him with a, I miss us. And that shit works, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that shit is a money shot. Like that shit, every one of them was like, LMAO, you're so funny. Like I'm mad we never talked. Like every single response was positive, which is crazy. I didn't have regular matches like that on my regular messages. Like I was like, that I should have done this from jump. Like I don't know why I even tried before. I don't know. It's just like a workout. You know, you're putting up shots. Speaking of working out, I go to the gym a lot lately. I'm trying to get into that gym culture. You feel me? I'm trying to lock in with that. But being a skinny gentleman, I'm gonna tell you, the gym is just a different place for us. It's just a different place for us. They treat you different, bro. Like it's not the same. Like buff people, they go to the gym and they just can do whatever. Like they just be sitting on the machines talking to each other, like having buff conversations about buff things. They're just like playing music. They're just on their phones chilling. One dude pulled out a PS5, plugged it up to the TV. He's fucking playing 2K in there. Like nobody cares. Everyone's just let them do them. Me, because I'm skinny, anytime I get on a machine, it's like I just feel a pat on my shoulders, like, how many sets do you have left? Like, there's no respect. They don't think I'm serious. They don't take me serious in there. And it's fucked up. It's fucked up. And I say skinny gentleman because I'm really wiping down these machines, like, trying to make sure it's clean before and after I do my workout. And it's before I even got on the workout, dude's like, hey, how many sets you have left? I'm like, sir, I haven't even started. You feel me? I feel like they should be motivating me, you know, like, encouraging me. But they don't care. It's not fair. And I feel like it would be different if I was taller. I feel like tall, skinny people get it easier than average height, skinny people. But I feel like all the avenues for getting tall, I just don't like them. You know, I was looking up the knee BL. I don't know if y'all heard about it. Y'all can get the new surgery. It's like they call it a knee BL for slang, but it's like they break your knees and then they add like extenders. So as your knee heals, there's like new bone grows in between, and thus making you taller. So people go from like 5'10" to like 6'2", you know, and then you can do it again and make yourself taller. But I was really disappointed to find out, like, even after you do that, when you're fully healed, you're not actually allowed to do a full sprint. Like, it's dangerous for you to do a full sprint. And I'm like, there's no way I'm the height of my basketball dreams and I can't live them. Like, there's no point of being that tall anymore. Like, why do I want to be that tall and useless? Like, I'm just sit at the grocery store all day, just help people get the shit off the top shelf. Like, I don't understand what I'm going to do with that height. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't like it. I'm not interested. I closed the page. I was excited, and then I got to that part, and I was disappointed. Just very disappointed. I don't know, my cousins recently got into, I don't know if you guys ever watched Grey's Anatomy. It's actually still on. I didn't fucking know that. I didn't know it was still on. Like, my cousins were like so excited. My younger cousins were like, oh my gosh, have you seen this show? Like, it's about hospitals, da da da. And I'm like, oh, let me see it. And I'm like, oh, it's fucking Grey's Anatomy. Like, I've seen this show before. I watched that show, like, recently, and it's like going back to your old high school. I don't recognize any fucking body there on the show. I'm like, is this even the same hospital? I don't even know. They've done remodeled everything. Like, I don't know any of the, like, they done killed all the McDonald's people, McSteamy, McDreamy, all the McDonald's niggas is dead. Like, I don't understand why the fuck we still, man, Shonda Rhimes be on her shit. She be killing everybody. Anybody can die in that show. It's crazy. It's wild. I don't know, they sent a song out into space. That was pretty cool. They sent, I don't know if you guys can guess what song they sent to space, but I was both happy and confused by the decision. The song they decided to send into space was actually Missy Elliott's Super Duper Fly. That's the song that they sent into space. This is not a joke. That is a fact. They sent that song into space. And I just feel like we shouldn't have set the bar that high, because I feel like aliens are going to come here and be so disappointed that we're not that cool. Like, imagine, like, they land and they're just like aliens, like, dropping down, like, if man haven't been preparing yet, like, they're talking in Missy Elliott language and we don't even fucking know. Like, they're gonna see white people and be just so disappointed. It's not gonna be the same level of cool that Missy Elliott is. Even I'm not. Like, she's like, they be dressed like her. Like, have you ever seen Missy Elliott dress? She just makes it look cool. Anything she wears is just 10 times cooler than anything we could have worn ourselves. It's wild. Shout out to her. A lot of people talking about porn in here, man. That's insane. That's insane. Oh, we're going to okay. Just got a text. Sorry, I was looking at my phone. Not for that, but that's porn is interesting. I feel like when I was younger, I was like into it, and then, like, I don't know, the way I weaned myself off was like I had to like deprecate myself. I'm like, you're not that attractive. You don't even want to have sex with you. Like, that's how you talk yourself out of it. For those you need help, that's a great way. Just tell yourself you're not attractive enough. Like, no one else is sleeping with you. Why should you sleep with you? I don't. Well, what? Maybe it'll work. I don't know. It worked for me. I was 14 and going through a lot. All right, what do I want to talk about next? I know my time be moving. I'm just having so many random shits in here. You talking about your first fight, Aaron. Fucking dope how your name is spelled, bro. It always makes you think of Game of Thrones. I fuck with it. Yeah. Talking about your first fight, bro. My first fight, it was in like, actually more, my last fight's the more important one. I was in like 6th grade. I feel like that's when I stopped fighting, because at that point everyone got like either really good at fighting or really bad, like, or knocked out. Like, it's like, I feel like that was the separation. Like, that's the age where people really started getting this shit together. Like, you're either really good at this shit or not. And at that age, I wasn't born in America, y'all. I was born in Nigeria, and no one ever told me wrestling was fake. You feel me? So when I knew I was gonna get into a fight, like, the plan and build up, I was like thinking like WWE. Like, I'm like planning my finishing move. I'm like thinking all these shits. Like, I'm like, oh, he's gonna hit me, I'm gonna hit him. Then we're gonna like go back and forth like they do in the show. Then I'm gonna hit him with the finisher, right? And I was really excited because I was like, all right, this is gonna be great. Like, he doesn't even know it's fucking coming. I was excited, and I got down to like have the actual fight. Before I could even start my whole routine, he hit me first, right? And I panicked because even at this age, I was a pretty smart kid, and I did the math. If I hit him back, then he can hit me. I hit him, then he's gonna hit me with his finishing move. I didn't want to see that, so I just fucking grabbed him, right? Just fucking panicked, just grabbed him. And then after they split us up, I don't know if I didn't cut my nails that day or the Lord was just with me, but like he was like bleeding like profusely, like nose bleeding. And we fought at PE, so nobody was really there. So like the bell rings, everyone comes out and they see him bleeding, they see me standing there, and they're like, oh my God, Anye beat his ass, oh my God, Anye snapped, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, hell yeah, I beat his ass. Like, fuck, you hear what he said about my grandma? I was talking it up. while I'm talking it up, just doing my little shit, I feel a tap on my shoulder. I look back. It's the fucking principal of the school. And he sees the bloody boy. He sees me. And he's like, oh, this is what you do? Or you're suspended. Immediate suspension. I ain't even been to detention. I'm panicking. I'm asking stupid questions. I'm like, well, you know, I actually have to watch the class pet during lunch tomorrow. So can I postpone the suspension to a later date that works for both me and your schedule? Like, I'm dumb as fuck. I'm smart, but I'm dumb. But it was crazy. I don't know. It was a fun time in middle school. It's insane. Long life. I don't know I'm actually cool with the guy I fought with now. I was recently in one of his short films. It was funny because like we always have like this talk about like how we used to fight, and now like I'm like an extra in his film eating chicken. Look out for me, y'all. I'm in the short film. I'm in the front of the camera, and it's not acting. I ate the food for real. I know it's you guys. Oh my God, is this acting? Nah. I actually ate the food. Spoiler alert. I ate the chicken. Very niggerish of me. But thank you guys so much for the time. I'm Anya West on YEWST. Let's get out of here. Soon as coming back to the stage, let's clap it up for our host, man. Let's clap it up for our host. Give us some love. Coming to the stage.
I missed you. I did. I missed my microphone stand. Not that I'm going to pick at it. But, you know, that's how it is. Well, listen, guys. It's the end of an evening, not the end of an era. And you guys are all funny, and I don't have your phone number, so I can't send you a picture. And Rich White, I can't find you in my phone for some reason.
What do you mean? Like your number? My number? Like I don't remember giving it to you.
Dude, I have your number somewhere. I don't know. It might be my other phone. I can't find it. I have to send you pictures.
Please do.
Because you guys are all talking about porn. Yeah. And I got all this grandma stuff.
Good boy.
No, I got the grandmas that are going to send you the porn.
I didn't.
Okay? Let me tell you something.
Those old women.
Yeah, but you young boys, you got to get some glasses because y'all don't know what you're winking at in the middle of the night when I'm driving, okay? Because my kids always say, wait till they see you in the daytime. And I'm like, they're nice kids. I can't wait. My kids are coming. I'm so excited. I have to find the bedroom. And I want to thank Jason Ham for doing this tonight. Thank you, Jason. And guys, if people tell you you're funny, you probably are. So just don't wait. Just take it from the page to the stage. And we do all kinds of stuff here. LA School of Comedy and Broadcasting, and now home of the, oh my God, the New York Film Center. No, the New York Film Cafe. Not the New York Film Cafe. It's the Film Actors Cafe.
Let's go.
And we're doing it, and that's great. And so I'm happy, and I'm tired. Sorry, guys, I get up too early. Good night.